Hey, this is the Golden Boy, Matty Mac here, and you're listening to a very special episode of Kristy Doesn't Know Movies. She really doesn't.
Kristy doesn't know movies.
Hey, welcome to a very special episode of Kristy Doesn't Know Movies, the podcast.
Woo, look at me. I'm full of energy, exactly like you told me to be.
I never said that.
Well, that's what I heard.
Anyways, we got a lot to get to today. We're going to be focusing on stoner comedies. How do you feel about that?
I feel like, you have to be stoned to enjoy them, and I don't smoke, so,
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like this would have fared better last month for 420, but, you know, fuck the system. We don't need to be timely like that. We do what we want to do.
Time is a human construct. It can
Exactly.
be 420 again if we feel like it. So, happy 420, everyone.
Yeah, there's the spirit. Yeah. All right, are you ready for a movie?
Yeah, go for it.
What do you think 1993's Dazed and Confused is about?
Alright, so I imagine Cheech and Chong are in it if it was like 90s. I think they totally did stuff in the 90s. Like that wasn't the height of their existence, but like this was one of their kind of comeback-y movies. Like not really a comeback, but like a reminder that they were still alive.
Okay.
So they were reminding people that they were still alive. So but they didn't want to go by Cheech and Chong anymore. So one of them is named Dazed and one of them is named Confused.
Okay.
So they're going around, and one of the classic lines from it is, "Dazed is not here, man." Okay. So that joke, that's where that joke came from. That joke that I recognized from The Simpsons. That I think that was them on The Simpsons. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I've never heard of this movie. Usually, like, I've at least heard of the movie, so I can kind of base something off of a poster I've seen. But I haven't even seen a poster for this.
It's like the carpet's been ripped out from under you.
Yeah, I have no safety net, no visual inspiration.
Perfect.
Trying to tell me what happened. So Cheech and Chong, they are probably like cashiers, and they're working at a convenience store together, and it follows them in their day. I'm trying to make this not fucking slip into being Clerks. But for some reason I can't not picture Clerks. But just with Cheech and Chong. That's it.
Brutal.
That's what this movie is. It's literally Clerks, but with Cheech and Chong and a lot more weed references. And they say Dave's not here, man.
Fuck.
And they just like exist at the convenience store, and like it's just a lot of jokes. They didn't have a high budget, so that's why they went super low budget. They just had
So it was
one
an
filming
indie
location.
film.
It wasn't an indie film. They just didn't have a big budget, and they wanted to pay themselves a lot. So like they did a lot of like the camera work in that too.
Okay.
They just like set up some cameras and then filmed themselves cracking jokes for like 2 days.
So Chong was
And they
behind the
got
camera,
someone-
and Cheech was acting, and maybe Chong would like green screen himself in later.
No, they don't even need like somebody actually watching the camera. Every camera shot, the cameras are just like not moving. and it's just various
Okay.
angles. It's almost like watching security footage because like
Back
they
to the
don't.
convenience store.
Yeah. What?
Well, you were saying it's basically clerks and they work at a
Yeah.
convenience store, so.
Yeah.
And that's
That's it.
that.
They did. It's just a day in the lives of Cheech and Chong being high in a convenience store. They filmed it themselves. It probably made it definitely made more than its money back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving right along. What do you think 1998's Half Baked is about?
1998. Who were fucking stoners in 98? I'm gonna say. Sorry, what's the name of it again? Half Baked?
Half Baked.
Adam Sandler and Seth Rogen are in a fucking buddy cop adventure. So, like, I mean, Adam Sandler's playing a cop, and he's like, it, it was when he was trying to do, like, some more serious roles. So, Adam Sandler's playing, like, the law abiding fucking, like, the, yeah, like, the cop. And then he
Uh-huh.
gets partnered up with Seth Rogen, a young Seth Rogen, who is just like this little punk stoner who Adam Sandler pulled in off of the street. So that's why it's half baked because only one of the characters is baked.
Right.
And so Seth Rogen is just fucking flying, but he got pulled in off of the street, and so he was gonna be arrested for like being high in public. Is that a crime? Like I know
Public
there's like
intoxication?
that. That's also like high.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he's getting pulled in for that, and he's like, "No, man, like I'm a young Seth Rogen. I can't do that. Like you gotta let me go." And so Adam Sandler's like, "All right, son. There's only one way you're gonna get out of this. You gotta help me like find your dealer and bring him in." And Seth Rogen's like, "No, man, I ain't no snitch. Like snitches get stitches, bitch. I'm not gonna do that. Don't even ask me to do something like that." And then so Adam Sandler's like, yeah, but they're like lacing it with something else, not fentanyl. That wasn't the thing then. They're This movie predicted fentanyl. They're they're lacing it with fentanyl. Like you need to help me. And then so Seth Rogen's like, oh man, like okay, I don't know. Why I'm describing this like Rick and Morty, by the way. So so then, yeah, Seth Rogen teams up with Adam Sandler to try to stop fentanyl from being spread into the marijuanas. And in the end, like, there's definitely a scene where Adam Sandler and Seth Rogen, young Seth Rogen, they're in a strip club investigating because, like, both of them need to write these kinds of scenes to get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in this, like, strip club and there's all these like ladies there dancing with them, and then so like fucking straight shooting cop Adam Sandler ends up like sniffing one and accidentally gets some like coke particles or something, so he gets like high off a stripper coke, and then like that's the whole thing because now they switch. This is when the half baking gets switched, right? So Seth Rogen is just like, I can't be high around all these beautiful ladies and not take it in fully. So he like sobered up. Then Adam Sandler and his stripper coke particles, he gets high. So then like it's the whole thing, and it's like that's comedy right there.
That's something right there.
Yeah, Half Baked, Adam Sandler, young Seth Rogen. Don't see it. It definitely won a Razzie for something.
Okay. Ready for the next one?
All right.
What do you think 2008's Pineapple Express is about?
All right. we've been over this. I think I've seen it, but I'm gonna describe it anyways because I think I saw like 10 minutes of it.
Okay.
Seth Rogen again.
Right.
James Franco.
Oh.
Possibly Jonah Hill.
Okay.
I think Jonah Hill makes an appearance because I think this was after Superbad, and so Jonah Hill just like shoved his face into everything. It was when he was still just like riding Seth Rogen's butt tails, right? So, all right, James Franco and Seth Rogen are sitting around getting really high and masturbating, probably, because that's like I feel like that's how most of their movies start off. Shot of them sitting at home masturbating ferociously and like getting really high. Because I feel like James Franco doesn't need to write himself sex scenes, so he would just rather write himself masturbating scenes. For no reason other than like a lot of stoned dudes are gonna watch him jerk off for pretend. Anyways, that's how it starts. They're sitting there, probably in separate rooms, and it's just like a montage of them going about they jerking off, and then they both like meet up in the living room, and they're like, "Hey, I'm out of weed. Do you have any weed?" And then James Franco's like, "Nah, man, I'm out of weed too. I was gonna ask you if you had any weed, Seth Rogen." And Seth's just like, "Oh, well, like, yeah, I don't have any weed, but like, I'm currently really high and I need more weed to like keep riding this weed experience."
Right.
So they decide to go out into the world really stoned in order to look for more weed. And like shit just doesn't go very well then. I feel like they probably find some like mystical elder dude who's like on a street corner where they usually, I don't know, that's where they start their burner self call or something to try to get their weed. And so instead there's this like magician, and he's like, "I have a new drug for a new strand of weedly do for you. It's called the Pineapple Express, and you will have fun for days." And they're like, "All right, this seems legitimate. This is a man that I want to do business with." So they buy like a massive fucking bag of this Pineapple Express weed, and they're like, "Thank you. We're gonna go home and smoke it." So they're like on their way to go home and smoke it, and Seth Rogen's like, "Wait, I don't want to wait. Let's smoke this now." And then James Franco is like, "That's a great idea." And then Jonah Hill shows up from like behind a bush. And he's like, "Hey, can I get in on this?" Because I forgot it to be written in at the beginning of the movie. So they're like, "Oh shit, yeah, we forgot Jonah Hill was here. Okay, partake with us." Right? So the three of them have now matched up. Like, the three musketeers are back together, at it again, smoking these fucking wizard drugs. And so then they realize, like, whoa, this is, like, stronger than what we're used to, even though we smoke, like, the strongest weed daily, every second of every fucking day. This is strong for us. And so they get, like, really giggly and shit, and then there's probably, like, a montage of them, like, touching at stuff and, like, licking windows or some shit. And then, they get on a bus, and they're like, "Choo-choo, motherfucker." Because, like, there's always something stupid like that in their movies, and then it becomes, like, a popular, like, a phrase or something. I feel like some fucking kid in high school was going around being like, "Choo-choo, motherfucker," and it was probably from Pineapple Express. Anyway, so they get on the bus, and then this is where, like, it takes a turn, because so far the movie's been happy. They've been just, like, smoking and jerking off and meeting Jonah Hill. But now they get on this bus and it drops them in the middle of nowhere. And they're like, oh shit, we're in the middle of nowhere now. And then there's a barn with Bobby Hill. Not fucking Bobby Hill. Right?
Bobby Hill.
Oh my god. What the fuck's his name? I just said it like 20 minutes ago. Bobby Lee.
Okay. So not
Oh.
Bobby Hill.
Not Bobby Hill. They were probably, at the beginning of the movie, they were jerking off the King of the Hill, so that's where I got that from. So there's a barn with Bobby Lee, and he's got, like, he's a weed farmer, and he's got more, that's where the Pineapple Express comes from. They just happened to stumble on that. And then they're so like, hey man, can we get some more? And he's like, why do you even know about my stash, man? Like, can't. And then someone else from Mad TV is probably there too. Keegan and Peele are both there. I think they usually get bit roles in like James Franco things. And they're like, you gotta get out of here, man. You can't have any of our Pineapple Express. Where did you even get it in the first place? So then James Franco and Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill, they have to run away from half the cast of Mad TV because they weren't supposed to be consuming Pineapple Express. So they run away. It's a whole big thing. They probably go to try to tell the cops that they're being like murdered attemptedly, and the cops are just like, you guys are really high, we're gonna have to put you in the drunk tank. They're like, no, they'll get us there. And then so they have to like try to run away, and then in the end there's probably some like showdown, and then they win.
Okay. Our last movie of the episode. Are you ready?
Alright.
What do you think 1978's Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke is about?
Alright, well, this one's easier for me, because I know Cheech and Chong are in it.
Uh-huh.
That's good for me. Up in Smoke, I'm gonna say, what year was it?
1978.
That's probably not their first movie. I feel like they had done other movies in the 70s. Or at least some kind of audio tapes.
Uh-huh.
So this is basically just them filming their stand-up comedy. I believe they did stand-up.
Yeah.
This is another low-budget thing where, like, I feel like because most of their jokes, they're not really visual jokes, so they didn't really need a visual medium to get their point across. And so they were just given a budget, and so they did what they did with it. It's a road trip adventure. So it starts off, alright, Cheech and Chong, they're smoking. Like, ha 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 ha. This is great. Man, groovy, man. Tubular. And then, so, like, they fall asleep, but they hadn't finished smoking, and so, like, uh-oh, the house goes up in smoke. They accidentally burn their house down, and all they have left is their Volkswagen van. And so, they have to drive to Cheech's mom's house so that they can go stay with her, but she lives on the other side of the country, so like they have to drive for quite a while, and then so they keep like pulling over to like rest stops and that. Like, they saved all their weed, let me be clear about that. There is no end to the weed supply that they have.
Right.
So don't worry, they still have that, so they're carrying it around in their Volkswagen van, trying to get to Cheech's mom's house so that they can stay there. They pull over at like some rest stops, and like hilarity ensues through mainly dialogue, though, because keep in mind they're not visual guys. They're dialogue heavy,
Right.
and all the story and the plot comes from the dialogue. So it's a lot of stagnant camera angles because they filmed it themselves. And so they would just go to like a bar, set up 5 cameras, and then like do their comedy routine there. Like going back and forth between themselves, between some other minor characters, and then they would just like go to the next filming location. Overall, it's not a great movie. In the end, they probably have to fight their inner demons, and they get to Cheech's mom's house, and that's where they stay.
Beautiful.
It was a very early stoner comedy, so it wasn't that good. But it set the tone. It paved the way for other stoner comedies.
That's a pretty high accolade coming from you.
I said, yeah. It was definitely like their second or third movie, but it paved the way for them to make more and for other people to make more. Their other ones were worse, so that's why we're not mentioning those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember Ken?
That fuckhead from a few weeks ago?
Yeah, I ended up having an online breakfast meeting with him, and he's actually not too bad of a guy. He was saying he wanted to call in because he has some big news for us.
Did I not tell you to stop talking to him? Don't talk to internet strangers.
I just want to hear him out. You know, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and just hear what he has to say.
If your digital money gets stolen, that's a you problem.
All right, I'm adding him.
Great.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hi, Zach.
Hey, Ken, buddy, how you doing?
I'm pretty fantastic. Yourself?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
That's good. I have good news about the show.
Really?
You guys are topping the charts in a few countries overseas.
Holy shit. You hear that,
Yep.
Kristy?
It's too early for this bullshit.
One company was so impressed that they offered a contract deal, so I just kinda accepted it on your behalf.
What the fuck? You accepted on our behalf. What the fuck do you mean?
I forged your signatures, but I
What?
just thought it would help the show.
What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? You forged our signatures. Do we, like...
It's way too early for this bullshit.
Do we get anything out of this?
Well,
Ken?
you don't really get any money or anything, and I think they might technically own the show now.
What?
There's kind of a loophole in the contract they sent, but I'm gonna go and take a closer look.
What the fuck? Ken? Fuck you.
Wow.
Fuck sakes.
I thought you'd be happy.
Get this fucking guy out of here. How do I get him out? How do I get him out?
This is why you don't talk to internet perverts.
Get the fuck out. Fuck that guy. Did he just fucking say he sold us out to an overseas company that now owns the show?
Better not be from... No, I was gonna say country, but I'm not gonna start shit.
Oh my god. Alright. I guess we'll have to take a look at this and hope for the best.
I guess that's news.
Holy fuck. Alright, thanks for listening, folks.
I'm going back to bed.
Bye.